Hi, everybody. My name is Emma Payne, and I am the founder and CEO of Grief Coach. We are a text messaging service, and we deliver personalized, secure grief support all year long. I founded Grief Coach after the death of my husband and his best friend, with the idea that no one should ever have to grieve alone. I'm so excited to share with you that Hospice of the Western Reserve has purchased full year grief support subscriptions for all of their grieving family members. They were the very first hospice in all of the US to do this, and I'm so pleased to be working with them to give this gift to you. So let me tell you a little bit more about what Grief Coach is. So as I said, we deliver personalized, secure, private grief support via text message. These are not generic texts. They're personalized just for you based on all kinds of things, including age. So we have a teen series, for example, relationship, cause of death, and more. So if you've lost a grandparent to COVID or a brother in an accident, your messages will reflect that. You'll get 2 messages a week, as well as extra messages on key dates like Mother's Day and Hanukkah, and whichever dates you select. You can stop and start the messages anytime you like. So my absolute favorite thing about Grief Coach is that we text grieving people, but we also send tips and reminders and suggestions to the people that love them and want to help. They might not always know how. So in this example, Grace is 17 and her dad has died. She signs up for a Grief Coach subscription and gets messages specific to the loss of her dad. But she also adds in her cousin Joanne, who's away at college, her uncle, and her best friend who wants to help but doesn't know what to do. So now all 4 of those people are getting support as part of the same subscription. And here's what that could look like at the 3-month mark, for example. So Grace gets a message about her dad, but Chloe and Adam and Joanne are all getting messages as well. Some really lovely things happen because of this support. I'll share some of the stories with you in a minute. Grief Coach is really, really easy to use. There's nothing to download, nothing to install. You do not need to put in your credit card number. There's no cost at all. This is a gift worth more than $100 from Hospice of the Western Reserve. So to sign up, just go to grief.coach/hospicewr. You fill in as much information as you're comfortable sharing, and your text will start right away. You can stop and start anytime just by texting back stop and start. Grief Coach is secure and private. Nobody sees the data. No one owns that data except for you. We're HIPAA compliant, no spam, no ads, and no generic texts either. These are customized based on your loss. Here's a story about Rachel, one of our subscribers. So Rachel lost her mom and was very grateful to Grief Coach for the text that she'd been getting to help her with that loss. But she said what she really loved were the texts that we were sending her husband, because it was helping him to be more patient and understand what she was going through. And her husband was happy to get those texts too, because he loved Rachel, and this was the first time he'd known anyone that died and he didn't know what to do. So he was really grateful to have the tips, suggestions, reminders about birthdays, things like that. So I love that example. So I know that if you're watching this video, it's probably because you've lost someone close to you, and I'm sorry about that. Grief is so hard. But what I've learned through personal experience, as well as through the work that I do, is that it's a little less hard when we have people by our side. So if your loved one received care from Hospice of the Western Reserve, it's so easy for you to sign up, and I hope that you will. grief.coach/hospicewr to get a full year of text-based support as a gift from Hospice of the Western Reserve. And I really hope that the text will be helpful for you this year. Thank you.